American wrestling versus Dagestani wrestling. Everybody wants to see that fight. You know, Makhachev's starting to run his mouth, but we know, guys, that his manager, Abdelaziz, is not going to let him get in my crosshairs. He can say whatever he wants to the media, but he doesn't really mean it. Makhachev knows I'd smack the shit out of him. You know, he wouldn't be able to mess with raw American steel. He's nothing more than a sheep herder.
Dude, I was going to ask, he actually said a lot of nice things about you recently. He said that he was rooting for you. He is rooting for you against Leon, and he thinks that you and him would be a great fight, man. Did you see the nice words?
You know, I think it'd be the biggest and best spectacle the UFC could put on. And that's what we want to do, the biggest and best fights. You know, the guy definitely walks around at more weight than I do. I just choose to fight closer to my natural weight. I don't want to cut all that weight to get the advantage. So, you know, I'd like to see him come up and test himself. Him and the Dagestani has been talking a big game. Him and Khabib for years. They were going to come up, test themselves, go to a different weight class. You know, those are big guys cutting a lot of weight, getting that big cutting weight advantage and trying to be the stronger guy on fight night and lightweight and just overpower these guys. But come fight at your natural weight. Come, let's test yourself. You know, he's talking a game like everybody. He wants to be number one pound for pound. This is how you prove that. Come up here. Let's see if you're pound for pound number one by fighting a guy at your natural weight.
I think the interesting thing about the comments that Casper mentioned is, you know, he said that he was rooting for you because he also believes you'll actually fight him if you become the champion, unlike Leon Edwards, where he wasn't sure whether or not that fight was as likely to happen. You know, what's your perspective of him actually backing you here and actually hoping that you win so this fight could come together?
You know, he's just saying that to get a headline. He ain't really going to come out here and fight. I think, you know, he's another guy that he's going to run his mouth, try and hype up a fight, but he's never going to actually step up and do it. You know, Khabib did the same thing. So they know that, you know, American wrestling is the best. That sambo shit don't work. You know, he would get worked like any day of the week in grappling or wrestling in America. He's over there, you know, playing with sheep, doing his thing over there. But that stuff doesn't work, you know. And yeah, it's worked on guys in the lightweight class when you can just muscle them around. These are little kids, these are little boys, and none of them wrestled anyway. So now you got a real fucking American wrestler, raw American steel, you know, the highest regard.